My name is Sandeep Poudyal. I did my undergrad and grad in psychology. In my undergraduate studies, I focused on evolutionary psychology, which basically means what were we like 100, 200,000 years ago that made us how we are right now. And my focus was on attraction and mating strategies. And I did my grad school in the London School of Economics, where I focused on organizational psychology. So, with regards to this question, we need to look at grief. How does one process grief? So, grief भनेको अब sad हुँदा केही loss हुँदाखेरि केही आफ्नो हातबाट job गयो भने or siblings, friends, relationship loss हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ how do you deal with it? त्यसलाई चाहिँ how do you deal with grief भन्छ. So, grief मा चाहिँ there are stages. There's the first one that is denial, anger, bargaining, depression and acceptance. So when you lose someone, a spouse, just a husband or wife lose हुने बेलामा चाहिँ you go through these stages of accepting that you have lost something. And the same thing you can do when you lose a job also. You are first in denial. हैन यस्तो हुनै सक्दैन. अनि त्यसपछि anger. यस्तो किन भयो भनेर रिस देखाउन सक्छ. Bargaining. Please God, help me with this, I will do anything. Bargaining. Then there is depression. You feel sad. Then there is acceptance. Okay, यस्तो भयो अब म अगाडि कसरी अगाडि बढौं. So you go through these 5 steps and you should allow them to go through these 5 steps. So when you lose someone, like a spouse. I think I'll repeat the same answer in with that regard. After work retirement also, you're losing something. So like I said, a job, a friend, a spouse, a relationship. When something ends, generally people can go through these 5 stages. The way to recover is to find a sense of purpose. Find a sense of purpose in anything. So when we talk about development, usually when you retire, for example, at the age of 60, 65, what happens is you start questioning, looking back at your life, and you start asking, was my life good? Was my life worthwhile? And if your answer is yes, then you develop integrity. And if you have regrets, what happens? You develop despair. Despair भनेको चाहिँ sadness, regret. Oh no, I couldn't do this. Oh no, I couldn't do that. I wish I could have done this. So yes. Mental illness, there are quite a few. I mean, I'll just say a few. You can keep on going with the list. Loss of appetite is a very common one. Withdrawal भनेको withdrawal from your friends. So साथीहरु छन्, हैन म घरै बस्छु, आज मुभी हेर्छु, आज एकचोटी भनेर अब उलाई केही भयो कि भनेर सोच्नु पर्दैन. तर constant withdrawal भयो भने चाहिँ it's a sign. Right? Loss of appetite पनि एकचोटी पनि भोक लागेन, एकचोटी भोक लागेको छैन भन्दैमा it doesn't mean mental illness. But continuous भइराख्यो भने चाहिँ that's one. These are just 2 that I'll note, but there are so many you can keep going with the list. I think family support helps with mental health issues. You can go to family therapy regarding family support when it comes to mental health issues, but as a non-expert, I would still say that family therapy would not be the solution for mental health issues. But family support, definitely yes. This is a very long answer with regards to medication. No is the short answer. The long answer is medication it creates a habit for your mind. Okay? So, your brain gets used to that level. And your brain gets adjusted to that. And then what happens? Your brain wants more. Your brain wants more. So medication, I'm not a big proponent of medication. More medication matra like kaile pani support gardina. Kinabhane your brain will always ask for more and more. Ani ke huncha aile yati dosage ma liirakhnu bhako cha 3 महिना पछि डक्टरले you go to the doctor saying doctor औषधिले काम गरिरहेको छैन, डक्टरले के गर्छ डोसेज बढाइदिन्छ. अनि 6 months later again you say doctor औषधिले काम गरेन डक्टरले डोसेज बढाइदिन्छ किनभने your brain is asking for more and more and more. औषधि मात्र चाहिँ solution होइन. So very rarely you will see कि औषधि खाएपछि चाहिँ ए चट्ट सक्यो मलाई म औषधि छोड्छु भनेर. So another thing, like I said, I wouldn't just support medication भनेर. With regards to mental health issues, I would say कि medication plus counseling plus therapy plus some kind of consultation. I would never just support medication. Again, I would like to clarify, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional, but in my view, I wouldn't भन्न खोजेको मैले चाहिँ. So psychotherapist is someone who diagnoses, treats and helps in the process of slowly getting over some kind of mental health issue. A psychiatrist is a medical professional, right? So a psychiatrist can prescribe medication. A psychologist who might also be a psychotherapist cannot prescribe medication. A psychiatrist can prescribe medication. So a psychiatrist generally you'll see will have an MD, is a doctor who can prescribe medication. A psychologist won't be able to prescribe medication to you, but will still be able to help you through your difficult times, will still be able to help you do some kind of behavior modification or stuff like that. Again, I'm not an expert in this field, but seeing things I would say would categorize as maybe hallucinations, would be in and around the area of schizophrenia. I'm not at all an expert in this field, but from the knowledge that I have, schizophrenia can be treated, but it's something that you will most likely stay with for life. You can live with it. I don't think you can completely get rid of it and treat it, but you can definitely learn how to live with it. No. I think that depends on country to country, and again depends on how severe the condition is. If it's mild depression, which is also a mental health problem, I highly doubt that you would be sent to a mental asylum. Mental asylum would be for someone who might actually be suffering from mental retardation. So with mild depression or with mild anxiety disorder, no one would take you to a mental asylum. These are things that you can learn to cope with and with time get better. No, the odd thing with psychology is bachelors in psychology, no one really gives much weight to it. A field like psychology, I think you need a master's, again an MA like त्यति धेरै मान्दैन, MSc लाई अलिकति बढी गर्छ, MPhil लाई झन् बढी गर्छ, PhD again झन् बढी weight दिन्छ, bachelors को very little weight. But again, I wouldn't know much about how they treat it in Nepal, so maybe bachelors in psychology Nepal ma actually weight दिन्छ. Personality tests are, I think even if you're at home sitting on a Saturday and Sunday, you can do it. The free ones online won't be very detailed, but personality tests are very useful to understand. I think one of the best things you can do for yourself is to try and understand for yourself like which box you fit in, where you fall and stuff like that. So even if you're sitting at home using taking a personality test, it can be helpful to you to understand what kind of person you are. But in a work setting, generally HR people will take personality tests and figure out if you're a good fit for the organization, if you're a good fit for the team. So personality tests are useful in lots of places, and personality tests have a bad history because World War times when immigrants were entering certain countries, they took personality tests and decided should this person be given entry into the country and stuff like that. So personality tests have a bad history, but they can be useful in a lot of places. And the best thing we can do is just try and understand ourselves better. So personality tests are just one tool to do that. Thank you.